I hope that I dissuaded some of you from having this pro-war attitude all the time. It's like, there's other ways to look at it, you know, like that's what I'd implore you to see is like all fighting. Because when a fight starts, you always get caught up in the idea that like you're with them or against them. And if I don't stop them, they're going to attack me and then we're going to fight. And like, there's always the third option of like, yeah, or maybe it'll just fizzle out and like nothing's going to happen. Maybe, you know, they're not as like they don't really have the power to really hurt America. Like Russia has no power. No, Gorham, honestly, USA is going to be like, because yeah, India has no political will to be an international thing. Like they have no talk of it. They don't care. They're gonna do a couple of things in that area, and they might be economically more powerful than America at some point. But I don't think they have the will in their heart to be like, oh, we got to conquer the world. Like, we got to be the ones in charge. Like, I don't think they want to do that even. Natasha Razor Glam says, peace requires war. I mean, sometimes I do think that might be a mistake, Natasha. It's a very militaristic attitude. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, definitely, like, if Putin walks into your country, you got to fight. Like, you got to do something. So something has to be done. But then, you know, the idea that, like, oh, you can't negotiate. They're animals. It's like, yeah, every person you've ever fought with is an animal. Like the Iraq war. Like people say that about Iraq too, where they're like, you had to go to Iraq. Well, what do you love, Saddam? You got to fight Iraq. You got to go. It's like, dude, you're going to go bankrupt. You keep doing this shit. I have a theory. The power remains in English speaking world. Interesting. Yeah. Well, India is the largest English speaking country in the world. You know, there's that too. Like India and America, like even though America always treats India like shit, always sides with Pakistan, India is just so nice that they never get into that like, okay, America's our enemy kind of mentality. Like they don't want to fight. They're just like, okay, we're with Russia and you're with them, but we're cool. Like, I mean, we don't have a problem with you. You're the one who's saying that everyone has to be in a fight. So now I guess I have to be with Russia. That's kind of how India joins with Russia too. They're not really like, we love Russia either. They're just kind of like, okay, well, they backed us up when you guys backed up Pakistan. So technically we're with them, but like India doesn't have that. Like, I don't know. Now they're buying oil. So divis pacem para bellum. If you want peace, prepare for war. Wow. War is interesting though. I do like talking about it. I mean, yeah, no, but I do think it's an illusion. I think peace activism is the correct karmas. And I mean like a very active peace activism, like Thich Nhat Hanh. Thich Nhat Hanh was like actively pushing for peace, like proactively doing projects, not like some violence happened and then he comes back there and say, oh, you shouldn't do that. He's proactively promoting peace and teaching about it and teaching people the benefits of it. I think that's how we should be. I think that's the highest karma. And any kind of fighting, Thich Nhat Hanh says this, it's like an illusion. It's like you're caught up in anger and bitterness, and that anger and bitterness is blinding you from the real solution, which is that we are all one and we are all love. And it's blinding you and making you feel like I have to go into a fight with this person. That's the only way I can survive. It's an illusion though. Really, fighting is what's going to kill you. That's what it's hard to see though. It's hard to see. You got to swallow you got to like swallow your ego. Look at Tibet. Like you look at Tibet when the Chinese attacked them, and Jewish people have gone through this many times in history. You can see this in great Jewish literature where they'll talk about like believing in yourself even while there's an oppressor running the country. Like, okay, the Nazis are winning right now. That doesn't mean that we don't have value, that we are not better than them. They're losers. They suck. And God does not love them. And this is just a phase. We are righteous and we'll survive it. That's kind of how that Israeli attitude. But they've gone through many periods in history where they don't fight. It's what they needed to do to survive. Same with Tibetans. Tibetans, like you could look at them as pussies, but if they fought back against the Chinese, they'd be dead. Like sometimes you just gotta be like, okay, well, this guy's more powerful. I know it's a terrible thing. It's like, it's terrible. You can't like it's hard to, it hurts. I know. It's too much. It takes like too much wisdom maybe to see it. But those are definite situations where it's like, okay, we're not fighting. And so many great civilizations have survived like that. But I don't know. Tell me what I guess this is the job of peace activism, is to convince people. As an American, I would prefer universal healthcare over bombing civilians in the Middle East. Joshua E. 100%. I mean, and this is part of the illusion of bombing the Middle East or like being in fights all the time, is that, you know, while you're looking at this situation and saying, oh, but that guy's a terrorist and this guy's this and this guy's this, your people are dying back home, you know, and you're missing like 50 other terrorists or 50 other things. It's like just the whole world is on fire. So at any point, at any time, a military guy could be like, yep, no, we got to go. Whoa, what? You love Saddam Hussein? You love the terrorists? Like, we got to go. And it's like, you're in an illusion if you think that going to Afghanistan is going to benefit your country in any way. If going to Iraq has benefited your country in any way, like you're living in an illusion. Even the idea, the biggest illusion actually, is this thing that the military people say where they go, oh, we're building the economy. It's the economy. We boost the economy. Hold on. You're communist. Okay. The U.S. military, it really is the biggest communist organization in the world. There's no money coming in. All these international projects, you're just spending money on tanks, missiles, all this shit. There's no money coming in. So you just spent $1 billion destroying a place and another billion rebuilding it. And you're acting like, oh, we're job creators. We made all these jobs. But there's no ROI on that. If you spend money on schools, hospitals, infrastructure in your house, in your home, in your own country, there's a positive recurring ROI on that. It'll keep paying back in like it improves the society. They make more money. You know what I mean? Like that makes a lot more sense. But again, when you're caught up in the fog of war, you just think like no price is too big. We got to just spend all the money on that because, So anyway, all that being said, I'm just going to put this. Husan Munawar, I agree. Very good. Prince says, Adani Saga. I think the Hindenburg report says things that everybody knew, but nobody was willing to say. It created a havoc because it came from a foreign company. Prince, yeah, 100%, dude. India is take it so personal when someone outside of India does something. It's like that girl I was telling you guys about, like the female, the Bollywood actress. She just went, they just asked her, like, what do you think of this rape case? And then she came back to India and they yelled at her for like, why do you say bad about India in other countries? Come here and say it in India only. Why do you say bad about India there? It's like such a weird, like, hiding mentality. Like, we don't like that you brought it up. I mean, you're getting scammed. Sorry. But I guess it's like anyone that's getting scammed by someone. Because even on this show, when we catch people and they're like, oh, we caught this guy, he's been scamming you. Most people are like, you leave him alone. He's my Guruji. He's my Babaji. And he taught me everything I know and I love him. You leave him alone, sir. Like that's what happens when you help people out of a scam. And the moral of the story is, you are loved because you are loved. Such is the nature of loving kindness. Okay? So now that I've done my karmas, make sure you do your karmas. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and sign up for meditation. Ascension is upon us, foolish. Sign up for meditation immediately. Ha! Am I still here?